today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Governor Pataki.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner. Today is a wonderful day, and it's great to be back on Long Island on a beautiful day like this. But I can't help but think, as governor, I've had the opportunity to meet an awful lot of interesting people from every walk of life. And my first year as governor, I sat down in the Capitol, I'll never forget this, with the chief executive of one of the major oil companies. And I sat down and talked to him and said, how long do you think that cars are going to continue to be dependent on the internal combustion gasoline-fueled engines? And he goes, oh, that's never going to change. And I said to him, don't you think it's important that we develop alternate fueled vehicles, whether it's compressed natural gas or ethanol or fuel cell technology? And he said, people have been dreaming about that for a long time. It's not going to happen in our lifetime. But to make a long story short, that oil company is no more. It was taken over by another company. And alternate fueled vehicles are here, and they're here to stay, and they are going to be the dominant force in our economy for a long, long time to come. And we're proud what we've done here in the state government. As Commissioner Ringler was saying, we went from, before I took office, being sanctioned to now where we are way ahead of the federal mandate, because we don't think we should wait for others to tell us what to do when it comes to cleaning our air and breaking dependency on foreign oil. We believe that we should lead the way, and that's what we've been trying to do in New York State. Our fleet now is almost one-third alternate fuel or clean fueled vehicle, and within the next few years, we're going to look to hit two-thirds. And I signed an executive order that said by the end of this decade, every single vehicle purchased by the state of New York is going to be a clean fuel vehicle. And we are going to make sure that 25% of the energy used by the state government by the end of this decade comes from renewable sources. I just think this is so important, because when you think of a beautiful day like this on Long Island, it wouldn't be this way if we didn't have clean air. It wouldn't be this way if we didn't have the ability to get to our beaches, but we want to do it in a non-polluting way. And when I talk about our fleet moving to one-third clean fuel vehicles, going to two-third clean fuel vehicles, and then every one of them, it's not just the passenger cars. Take a look at those heavy trucks. Those heavy trucks were being used yesterday for work. They're not something we just brought in here on a wagon to show for the cameras. They're something that we are looking to do. And when you consider the amount of pollutants that are removed when you change one large vehicle from diesel or gasoline fuel to CNG or other alternate fuels, it means that we can have a cleaner air, a stronger economy, and less dependency on foreign oil. Today we take another step. We've been doing this for the state for some time moving forward, but we want to encourage the public to do it as well. So today I'm pleased to announce that right here in Hauppauge and at seven other sites across the state, we are going to allow the public to take advantage of our fueling stations so they can get compressed natural gas fueling fill-ups right here in Hauppauge and at 7 other sites across New York State. We are going to create a clean energy corridor for people who have these alternate fueled vehicles from one end of the state to the other. And it's not just here in Hauppauge, it's in Syosset and Long Island as well, and it goes up to Albany and Syracuse and Utica and out to the west of New York, so that people who purchase and who have this environmental awareness are going to have the ability not just to use these pumps, but to use them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to fuel their clean fueled vehicles. So we're very proud of this step. It's another small step, but it's just one of many we're going to take. I propose legislation that would require our school districts, with help from the state, to purchase nothing but clean fueled buses as they move forward. But and we've taken, thank you. And we've taken the first step with our New York State Energy Research and Development Corporation. We gave Long Beach schools over $1 million of a grant, and they have retrofitted 20 buses so that they are now using CNG school buses. Early on, shortly after my meeting with that oil executive, I directed the NTA to purchase nothing but clean fuel vehicles for their entire mass transit fleet in New York City and in the surrounding area. And they have done that since that time. And now when you go into New York City or here on Long Island, and I know Steve Levy is moving forward with Suffolk County with the buses here to be clean fuel buses. It is something where we are not just cleaning our air. We are creating a new demand for products. And we want those products to be made in New York State. And I'll tell you, it's so great to see those MTA buses, instead of spewing out fumes and soot and making you gasp, being relatively clean and knowing that significant components of those buses are made right here in New York State. Clean air technology, alternate fuel technology, is where the environment, the economy, and national security all come together. The technology allows us to create jobs here. When you burn something like this, it's much better mileage, much cleaner, as much as 95% lower emissions, and because it's not dependent on foreign oil, it helps break the nexus of our funds going overseas to support unstable, often hostile regimes. So this is another step forward, and I just want to thank our partners. First, it's great to have my government colleagues here, the county executive, Steve Levy, who is making that commitment in Suffolk County, and Assemblywoman Patty Ekampora. And Patty, thank you for being here, and thank you for the support that you have provided in Albany to make sure that we move forward with these integrative and aggressive programs. From California, we'll forgive him, he's from California. Andrew Littlefair is here, and he's the president and CEO of Clean Energy. And Clean Energy, the state law prohibits us from letting the public have access to these state facilities. So what we've done is we've worked out an agreement where Clean Energy is going to be running and operating these facilities so that the public can have access. And Andrew, thank you for being a partner with us. We have Michael Scarpino from the U.S. Department of Energy. And Michael, thank you for what you are doing. We are getting significant help from this president's administration in the form of grants. I was just talking with our OGS workers, and as soon as we get the next grant, we're going to get 50 more of these trucks, and we're going to convert them to CNG fuel to continue to clean the air and operate more efficiently here on Long Island and across New York State. And we also have Cliff Thomas from our State Department of Transportation. And Cliff, thank you, because it's not just our Office of General Services that provides so much of the fleet, thousands of cars, that is moving to alternate fueled vehicles, clean fueled vehicles. It's also our Department of Transportation, as you see right here. So oftentimes, I say in government, one of the things we have to do that too often elected officials lose sight of is think not just about the next November and the next election, but to think of the next generation. And when you think of our air, when you think of the investments we are making, protecting open space, cleaning up our waters, it's not so much for us, but for the next generation. And I guarantee you, by the next generation, these are not going to be worthy of particular note at a press conference. Clean fuel, alternate fueled vehicles are going to be the norm across America, and because of our technology and economic strength across the world. And the whole world will be better for that. So it's great being with you. Thank you for sharing this beautiful day and my birthday with me. And now we'll get on with the rest of the program. Thank you all very much.